as you discover how to fall asleep fast, as quickly and as calmly and as soundly as you can imagine. Because this sleep hypnosis experience is all about letting go. Letting go of your previous day. This trance experience will help you to let go of your past day's activities and any of your day's leftover thoughts. And all of that daytime now spent energy, just like soft echoes disappearing in a distance. As you comfortably and serenely love falling into sleep. And all of this time, you can know and trust you'll remain so comfortably and so deeply asleep. Always within your own safest control, even as you enjoy this recording as it continues to play on. And my words continue relaxing you in the background. So now just begin by imagining as best you can, effortlessly and completely releasing yourself from all of that daytime's physical, stored tension. As you also give yourself the intention to release your mind's tensions. Releasing from all of those weightier concerns. By making a conscious choice to turn down all types of conscious thoughts. And to turn down that more tiring, heavier mental chatter. As the busy mind learns how to ease back. And those thoughts start to disperse. All habits and all tendencies of that rumination or overthinking. Because you already sense and know, I'm sure, that those habits of overthinking are certainly not what those deepest sleepers now prefer to enjoy. Because they, just like you in these moments now, are choosing to move into all-calming bedtime peace. Receiving the good news and the great news to further relax the conscious thinking mind. And it's really a comforting and reassuring reason to pause. All of those thoughts. Because there's really so very little here for the thinking mind to do. Except to settle you back and to stretch you out more comfortably, a little more and more. Because even now you're more comfortably allowing yourself to let go and rest back. Allowing yourself to become more in tune as your deeper ears continue to listen. Allowing all of these powerful, familiar, sleeping, automatic processes to proceed and unfold now. As if all by themselves. because you know you're allowing your sleeping relaxation so swiftly and so speedily to slow all of those thoughts all the way down. As your resting arms and your resting legs and the whole length of your resting back all of that extends into calm. As all parts of you, physically and mentally and increasingly relax. Enjoying your whole self unwinding and uncoiling. Moving away from those old tensions. And all of your own inner encouragement just remains, as it peacefully reminds you that you are in fact so safe and so in control of the full depth of your calm. Because you're understanding, you really are all ready to descend even more, deeper and deeper, into this blissful hypnosis. And simply choosing to relax. With all of those beautiful intentions to just easily sink you and relax you all of the way down. As more and more parts of you are growing in your calm. And unfolding you into your most powerful, peaceful, blissful journey of sleep. You're realizing you're moving so tranquilly into those loveliest levels of the mind and the body's total felt peace. Because this arrival and this unfolding of your peace and your total relaxation only arrives as fast as you know you can wish it. As you choose to take in some more slower and deeper, even more relaxing breaths. These resting parts of you are realizing you're beginning to imagine in ways so much more. Because it's so pleasing for these parts of you to now just wander about. As you wander and dream, and let yourself dream. Of how deeply your deepest of all relaxations and all of these relaxing sensations now progress inside of you even more. Always unfolding you into calm. Within this space of your trancing mind's blissful awareness, and allowing all of these calming resources to take you there. And it may be that very soon there is some noticeable sense or feelings of even more serenity, moving you forwards, and yet simultaneously moving you deeper down. Just moving you and travelling you in these relaxing, beautiful ways. As all of your trancing comfort becomes the relief of a day well spent. And passing now, as those echoes travel through you. And into some unique and curious passages, which all ease you through these states of more and more quietening stillness of peace. Because it's the conscious mind back there that was holding so tightly onto all of that busyness and those more active thoughts. Yet you know all of that kind of past thinking can so rapidly melt away. Because you're feeling your unconscious awareness, and all of these deeper states are now rising and freeing you. Because you're freeing these other parts of your deeper mind to simply drift. And roam about. As this freedom from conscious thought takes you more and more freely, as you begin to float away. All of those ideas of wakefulness are really now dissolving so well and just evaporating as you move from here to there, just like counting so many diminishing, passing clouds. All drifting across a nighttime's stunning sky. And you know, and you feel, this is all okay. And it's so perfectly natural for all of those less conscious ideas to also unfold as they drift. To carry your awareness to wherever and whenever that may now be. Because so many more blissful and peaceful sensory inputs of that tranquility and those calmest sensations really do begin to rock you so gently into this total calm. And somehow these tingles of serenity and these vibrations of bliss are filling you so softly and gently with all new satisfactions. And the joys of this deeper essence of pure sleep arriving. Because your unconscious mind does remain aware of these words, as it feels so safe to rest in these ways. Focusing you so gently to be so easily open and receive all of these important messages of your growing calm. Even as you're aware of some even more subtle undercurrents and frequencies of peace. And serene transmissions, just like restful delta waves of pure healing. Filling inside of you with lasting elixirs of absolute peace. Because all of these sounds and these words and these meanings, you know, are purely positive intonations and inspirations for your most restful self. And all of these tones, in ways, are so frequently becoming so familiar, and as welcoming to your total rest, just like those old warm greetings and those well-remembered tones of a true and trusted friend or a guide. Who is always encouraging you so gently to your total confidence. To really connect you and help you and motivate you to get a real handle on those pillars and those foundations of relaxation. As these very real foundations of your total calm are expanding and broadening your comforting self out. Every breath you take, as you inhale slowly now, is changing you with rejuvenation. And every breath you breathe out is transforming you with an even deeper bliss. As this evolving yet simple process of your natural breathing continues all by itself, constantly releasing you from all tensions and all negativities. And sometimes it's just as easy as that, to imagine one by one, or even all at once, your subconscious enjoyment constantly delivering you with such a union of bliss. Into all of these natural ways, into your most tranquil calm. As this deep flow is deeply unchaining you and unshackling you from everything unwanted. All of those muscles are loosening. And you feel all of those nerves and their fibers giving up their once held unwanted strains. Because relaxation now is quickly wrapping all around you and passing over and even into you, just like a beautiful cloak of pure energy that melts away all older constrictions. And opens you up each and every time you now enjoy falling just like this into your absolute deepest of all deep sleep. Because your sleeping self is enjoying all of these entrancing kinds of states. You're always moving with your perfect, natural, resting poise. And your own perfect tonics, just like potions of inner health. Swirling and calming inside you as you move into your restful composure. And these sensations pass down within you so easily and smoothly. Just like a soothing, aromatic scent. As your senses fill with that serenity remembered. From the very top of your head, all the way down, through the very tips of your smallest toes. And you're deliberately sending and receiving this sleeping health. With such a beautiful and softly glowing beam of imagined light. Just like a candle of constancy and blissful awareness, shining its protections all over you and penetrating each loosening muscle throughout every lengthening joint. As these deeper words are reaching you. You feel yourself growing softer and smoother inside. As so many older, leftover worries or concerns are disappearing. You're aware your entire tangible essence is now receiving so much more beautiful peace. Into every karma opening cell, because your inner core is now rejuvenating. And your essence of your vital being is beginning to quickly wind back those slowing hands of passing ages. Because your inner glow of youthfulness and your vitality is now rebuilding and restoring and positively changing you inside in so many ways. As you reset your body's energetic clock. And just like imagining those clock's hands moving backwards, you're allowing all types of new and restorative health to repair you with these sensations. And these visions. With so much more health and healing, restoring you and your youthful outlooks as you unlock this total rest. So smoothly and efficiently. It's effortless, you feel, to constantly grow yourself here so much younger in this deeper mind. As you gently enjoy rebalancing your inner happiness. You are aware on some much deeper levels of your deepest self, so easily allowing you and opening you to release all of those special chemicals of sleep. And so many of those wonderfully felt natural endorphins of sleep's own pure health. Because the more you do relax in this way and continue to enjoy all of these sounds and all of these healing, healthy words, you feel you're sleeping more and more just like a baby. As sleep's soothing caresses and sleep's frequencies and tones transform with pure repair. As the rest of that is already here. Imagining so many subtle massaging, softest waves, bringing so many welcoming tingles of your flowing repose. Your beautiful sleep continues to luxuriate and lengthen you as you continue to relax through all of these stretching moments. Because in this slowing time of slumber's passing flow, you're allowing all durations of your timely sleep to be so full and natural and extended to precisely the length of your very best duration of perfect rest. There's so many good feelings and wonderful feelings of satisfying, gratifying, sustained relief continue to carry you onwards and always deeper. With with all of your days, past energies now disappeared. All of those days, past activities, you're seeing so long, long gone. And all of that old busyness is now completely spent. As all of those long, fading moments of those distant sunshine hours will now instead dim and fade into the mind's own resting sunset. And your nighttime's calm is instead choosing to send you always way, way down, descending you as if you were even gliding, or gently falling, as gentle as a floating leaf. Down and down and down to meet your landing. As you land into spacious peace. And these lovely, peaceful parts of you are landing and touching down so softly. Like that floating feather onto a feathery pillow of absolute rest. Or just like that floating leaf. As you see it move down to be gently carried away upon the loveliest and most caring, bubbling types of crystal streams. As all of these warming, flowing waters unwind you inside. And wash you, they relieve you of even more weight. And you're breathing again with a sigh of deepest relief, because you're unloading all of that weight that may have been across your shoulders. As you watch that floating leaf simply travelling and bobbing as it flows along those deepest rivers. Where you're observing all streams and their currents, carrying away all leftover worries so far away. As you continue to float so safely, you're moving out into that perfect source and arriving in these times to these soothing, happiest dreams. as you see yourself becoming so light and feel yourself so light. You're becoming just like light rays. Becoming light rays of purity and perfection. Transforming and changing you with such delight. As twilight's deepest comforts continue to ebb and to flow, this peace always continues transforming you. As you clear yourself and release, more and more easily removing any past concerns. Because you're releasing everything unwanted and just taking all of that away. Letting go of everything that is no longer required. As you send those energies so far, far away. And these inner sensations and these visions are now turning you towards your rising. Because your most serene senses are now beginning to ascend you with the wings of your perfect calm. As sleep's floating, soaring, and uplifting release is now carrying you piece by calmest piece. You're moving higher and higher within such parts of you, becoming so free to fly out above. And you're moving directly into all of your healthiest, happiest, enjoyable dreams. Now throughout all of these infinite spaces, of sleep's perfect ideals, because you're ascending and becoming the very essence of this freedom. Becoming just as those light rays, now moving you as one into that beyond. Beyond all solar systems and all galaxies. your sleep is expanding beyond all of those heavens. As you now see and imagine yourself just like a shining shooting star. You're moving with this clearest crystal light. As the lightness of the universe calls you. To move even further beyond. You're now moving into your sacred dreams space. Feeling and knowing you remain here so luminous. Because you're traveling through all the heavens. And your sleeping form is so sublime. You're so safe and protected here in your total rest. And now allowing yourself to more deeply sleep. As all parts of your sleeping self are resetting you to your divine perfection. You're becoming once again just as one. With this universe. So stunningly free. And cleansed. And released. From all past energies. Throughout all of your calmest, continuing sleeping rest. Because you're just sleeping so well now, and remaining fast asleep. Continuing to sleep. To your full and healthiest durations. Each and every time you choose to sleep at your bedtimes. You now easily and effortlessly fall fast asleep anytime you choose. Just as soon as your head touches that pillow, or as soon as you decide to completely rest yourself down, all of those thoughts and all aspects of your thinking mind are simply resting. And all parts of your calming body are simply remembering how to relax you into sleep immediately and instantaneously. As you automatically breathe in deeply once again, and so calmly, so easily releasing yourself into your total sleep. Because you're remaining asleep right now. As you re-energize your deeper self. And you're restoring your deeper self in all of these ways. As your inner being and your outer being remain so fast asleep. Sleeping so well. So my lasting wish for you, as your rest remains so pure, is that you do easily and effortlessly sleep on and rest so deeply. Even as my voice and these words begin to fade, you know you continue to feel wonderfully good. And positive each and every time you fall into your sleep. Just as these moments right now, you're sleeping. And until we talk again, I wish you always your most relaxing, pure sense of calm, and your very blissful, sound sense of continuing perfect sleep. Because you are resting and relaxing as you remain so deeply asleep. Good night. Good night. Good night.